Good afternoon. Assuming everything's working as intended. I'm sure it is. Yeah, there we go. Alright, good afternoon. I am working on my World of Warcraft house, and I have a few chores to do before the reset. I really need to work on my alt that I'm gearing up, and also do some time walking. So I've got quite a lot to do. But before I do anything else, I have 2 Temple of Kopmogu victories to go before I get the Temple of Kopmogu veteran achievement. I really want that today. So we're going to stay on this character because this is the character that I've been doing the best in Temple of Kopmogu on. Just until I have that. And I'm going to just work in my house while I'm waiting. So I'm working on my Alliance house now, which is a magical tower. The idea is that every floor is going to be different. So I've been working on the ground floor. I have this sort of overgrown garden deal that I want to do here. I was thinking candles up here, up the stairs, and I want to do these round doorway things here and here. So that's what I think I'm going to start with. I think this is, yeah, it's the same size. Actually. I was considering turning this one into a window. So then maybe I'd do a smaller, make it a bit smaller. Let's see. Start with 90, see how that goes. Yeah, it might still be too big. Definitely too big still. Building these walls is actually quite finicky. I mean, these round window things. Hey James Kid, good to see you again. Great deck. Oh, hello, Kitty. It's long time lurker. Always wondered where the name Blood Bubbles came from. Well, I made this goblin, and I wanted a name that was cute but weirdly violent, like memorable, you know? And since she's a hunter, the idea is, and bear in mind, I came up with this name when I was about 20. The name references the little blood bubbles that people get at their throats when my character's pet has ripped out their throats. So it's nice and violent. I just thought it was funny. Great decor video, by the way. I've stayed away from housing for the most part. It just feels very overwhelming, but it's so cool that there's lore in some of the items. I know, right? I'm so excited that they decided to put a lore, like lore hints, in one of the housing items. I mean, I still can't believe they actually have a working portal. I guess the fact that it's not exactly useful because you have a 1 in 23 chance of getting to where you want to go when you use it means that they feel like it's not too much utility. But I hope they keep doing this kind of thing. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. Hopefully, the new updates to housing will also make it feel a bit less overwhelming. Because, you know, being able to share and save, I think is going to help a lot of people. Yeah, I'll put, for what it's worth, I'll put up my designs. I don't know if this window's working. Red Skulls, thank you for the subscription! Any news about the story? Well, the new chapter will be out in America today, but only like later, and in Europe tomorrow, so I'll play through it tomorrow morning. This is the one that caused so much upset with Siljan, so that should be fun. It feels very Elden Ring-like, hidden lore in the items. I really like, yeah, it's very cool. And I'm sure we will see them do more of that kind of thing, just for fun, you know? It's probably also not meant to be taken super seriously, as well as like void items always are. There's possibilities. There are possibilities more than dogmatic. So some of the locations could genuinely just be random. It's totally possible. But I like that they clearly decided to play with it. Yeah, this will work. Will Sylvanas be in the new quest line? I mean, I can't say for sure, but I highly doubt it. I remember she's gone back. This whole thing was just that happened at the end of Quell de Nas. That was really just a teaser, I reckon, for like what's going to be more of a deal in The Last Titan. Oh, this feels like it's just too big. I have had the absolute worst luck with this battleground, and I think it's my own fault because yesterday I got very impatient and I just left every group that looked like we weren't going to win straight away, which I shouldn't have done. I know better. I was in a very bad mood yesterday, so I know better. I definitely had a bad day yesterday. I did not behave myself the way I should, and I just, the whole day, I think I won one battleground, one, and I think I played like 20, so it was a bad day. And I'm convinced that when you leave teams before the end of the match, you get punished with your next matchup, because that's how it felt. And today, so far, I've been having a better day because I've been sticking it out to the end. Well, I don't know if that's why. Although this team looks like we're undermanned, so we might just get the floor wiped with us anyway. No gate yet, James. I've got a different gate though, but not that one. One day you're going to ask me, did you get the gate? And I'm going to go, yes, I did get the gate. I don't know how, because I don't know how I'm supposed to do Cloud 9, but one day I will do it. I'll figure it out. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we're outmatched. Unless they also don't have a full roster, I don't think we're winning this one. I only have 2 more wins in this battleground and then I'm done with it. So this sucks. And people have left as well. That's great. That's fantastic. Big fan of that. Are you gonna pick this up? No? Okay, I'll do that. I will die because that's what's gonna happen to me. Jeez. Ouch. I mean, what are we supposed to do? We don't have the players. We can still win. Do the brawls count for this one? Yes. I hated the brawls. The Temple of Kopmogu brawl. Temple of Hotmogu. I gave up. Like, I tried because everyone says, Atinol, thank you for the subscription. Everyone says that Temple, the brawls, like when you're supposed to get all. Oof, this guy's bullying me. Jeez, didn't even get a chance to go into the arena. What a dick. Everyone says that the brawls are better, and like with Warsong Gulch, the brawl is a much better way to churn out victories. But the Temple of Hotmogu brawl was some of the worst experiences I've ever had. Like, it was after a day of that I was nearly crying, and I was like, I don't want to play PvP anymore. Eventually I was like, no more brawls. I hate it. I don't know what it is. I think it's because it's just not suited for a hunter because it's so much more fast paced, and like that doesn't necessarily suit me because my stupid pet's always lagging behind as you're running up and down and up and down. So I just stopped. I stopped doing that. But if you do prefer it, then yeah, that does count towards the thing. Hello, Jaffa. Oh, jeez, I'm sorry. No, it's fine. I mean, you mustn't get I know I'm do it to myself. I get too worked up, I get too into something, and then I'm like really upset that I'm not winning. It's so stupid. You're never gonna always win at PvP. Like, you have to be okay with the fact that you're gonna die a lot and lose a lot. Otherwise, you're just straight up not gonna have a good time. But I forgot briefly, and I let that get to me, and I shouldn't have. Ow! Oh, I am not playing well here as well. The gate requirements are insane. I only play this game for PvP and I don't even have half of them. Well, it's because it's broken. Like, I can understand. Okay, there's one other requirement that personally I would like to see change, just because I think it's almost impossible that you can get it, which is the one with Warsong Gulch. You have to win after losing. Like, you need to have a score of 0 to 2. So you need to have 0 and they need to have 2, and then you have to turn it around and win. Now, what are the chances of that happening? In a random battleground, most people give up after like the first flag. So getting a team that's actually going to rally and bring it back, unless you've got a pre-made who's already decided to do that, chances of that feel slim to none to me. But it still feels like a real PvP challenge. Like, at least there, I feel like you could get really lucky. You could rally your team. You could, it's still something that could happen. Whereas the Cloud 9 achievement, that was built around longer battlegrounds, and then they shortened the length of the battleground. How can you still have the achievement be the way it is when that's shortened? Like, it just seems silly. Ooh, they're saying we must group up together. Love your discussions videos. Thank you. I'm still not sure what the last Titan is about. They want to reset the story or go back in time in the story or something at the end of it. So there's some interesting speculation that's going on there based on a leak that may actually be true. Gee, what is this druid's problem? He really hates me. I must have like killed him in a previous battleground or something, because like all he wants to do is attack me. I'm not even a threat. Why does he keep going for me? But like there's definitely looking more and more like they are aiming for some sort of reset based on this whole Azeroth will be born thing, which I mean does make sense. Sort of a reset to the story. But essentially what we do know for sure is coming in the last Titan is we will face the Titans. The Titans will come probably because they want to reclaim Azeroth for the Titans. They'll come to Azeroth and we'll probably have to reckon with the fact that they're not actually good guys. I am going to freaking sneak my way past the stupid druid. When I PvP on my hunter in battlegrounds, I just stay marksman because of the pet AI problem. I live with camo on cooldown, and I'm night elf, so I SM a lot. So yeah, yeah. The thing is, I am a natural BM hunter. Like, it's the class I've always played, it's the spec I've always played. So, as much as I try often to get good at another spec and a different class, I always feel more comfortable playing BM hunter. But you're right, the pet AI problem. Look, there's pros and cons, because the pet AI, the con is it can be a pain, especially with the battleground like this one where you're going up and down platforms and they have to follow you. That can be really awful. But on the other hand, you can stand back and really confuse enemies while your pets hit them. And they're like, you watch people get so flustered. And like sometimes I haven't even been close enough to hit them myself, and I've still been able to kill them just because my pet's on them. And they haven't been able to do anything about it. And like, that's, you know, that's a really good advantage. And I do little tricks. Like my pets, actually I wanted to change their names. But my pets both have the same name, so that nobody knows which is the main pet and which is the off pet, which I do on purpose. I wanted to change their names to Beast, so that people can't even tell if it's a tamed pet or a spawned pet. And like that I find is very advantageous. It gives you some time to think, because your enemy is getting so, like, they're so flustered by your pet attacking them. I wonder if I can just make this a little bit smaller. No. Sorry, I need to... I hope Elune doesn't play a role in it. I don't trust them with her. Well... I think we will see Elune. I don't know if we'll see her with this. The problem is, like, on the one hand, do you want them to ignore these characters forever? Elune needs to be, like, they've kept her this mysterious non-entity for so long. At some point, they need to actually just tell us who she is. But I understand how you feel. Like, the biggest curse does seem to be when Blizzard decides that they want to write story about your favorite characters, doesn't it? I know Night Elves can attest to that. As a Sylvanas stan, I can certainly attest to that. I much preferred it when she was mostly ignored. It's most likely to happen in Battleground Blitz. Yeah, you mean the pet confusion thing. I definitely... Well, it was just that one. Like, I was fine with the Warsong Gulch Battleground Blitz with my pets. In fact, I was pretty great at that one. It's just Temple of Hotmogu that I couldn't stand. I really hope we team up with the Stone Drake boy in the last Titan. I like his character design. He seems like a smart boy. You mean Iridicron? You know, I don't know. Hey, like... I kind of get sick of every villain getting turned into a friend. Like sometimes a villain can just be a cool villain. Like I don't think there's a problem with that. And I feel like Eurydichron is a great version of a villain who can just stay a cool villain. I don't necessarily want to kill him, but I don't know if I want to be his friend, you know? Like, some people are just more fun to fight. I don't know if I should be doing this way. Oh, I need to get in the queue. I hear you've played Marksman since vanilla and basically every race but Night Elf always come back to. How you've been training with your pets, I've been training without them. So, I can definitely understand why you would go back to Night Elf because that Shadow Meld ability is so useful. I've created a druid for PvP and I chose a Night Elf and I'm trying to learn how to play her. Like, I'm really not very good at playing pretty much anything that isn't a hunter. But yeah, but like I've played druids for a long time, but usually as just outdoor content characters, you know, the ones that you throw at world quests to get gold. So I'm still not actually comfortable playing. I don't really know how to play a druid, but I'm doing my best. And as I said, I chose the Night Elf one because Shadow Meld, phenomenal. What a cool ability. It's like overpowered. Like once you're used to that ability, it must be really difficult to not have it. I do like my Goblin's ability of being able to get the bank at any time though. It's also pretty cool. Not as useful in combat, but just useful generally. Okay, so we are definitely going to have to do something else with these walls to make this work. So it comes easier to think like a rogue. Rogues, like, they're always so powerful when I meet them, and I can't play them to save my life. I'm always like slaughtered when I'm a rogue. Can you imagine being both a Sylvanas and a Night Elf fan in Battlefire, Azeroth, and Shadowlands? Ouch, yeah, that would hurt. I had a friend who was a fan of both. Poor guy got double headshots. Yeah. You have a small body build too. Always harder to target, so super useful. What is that, a rogue? Or a Night Elf? Or just the fact that I'm a goblin? Okay, I need to get one of these. I need to get a few more of these rose trellises. I just need to figure out where they come from. For some reason, housing decor guide isn't working. What a shock. Yeah, goblins. I mean, not as small as gnomes, right? They must be the absolute worst. So now I think of it, I don't feel like I meet a lot of gnomes in PvP. Looks like... Okay. So what was this called? The Arched Rose Trellis. Cataclysm. Mary Allen. Oh, am I gonna have to be on a Gilnean character or something for this? Yeah, I think so. Okay. I don't want to leave the queue. Okay, I'll be quick. I've always hated goblins and gnomes for that reason. You can hide your pets. It's so annoying. You can hide in your pets. It's so annoying. Yeah, that's a good point. Valpera as well. They're also tiny. Where is my organ? Humphrey. I really want to get these 2 victories done, because then, yeah, I can switch to my alts. I haven't done any time walking yet, and I need to do it before the reset because of that buff thing for the turbulent time waves thingy. At least there's no decor related to the time walking, I don't think. Now, why did I... There we go, yeah. Woggins gets a teleport to Gilneas. That's nice. What meta achievements are you trying to complete? It's the Temple of Kopmogu, Master... Well, it's Master of Temple of Kopmogu. I think that's the meta achievement. And the last one is 100 victories in Temple of Kopmogu. So, and then I get 2 decor pieces from that. So I'm looking forward to it. Okay, where's this one? I still have like quite a few other PvP related achievements I'm going for as well. But at the moment I'm so close to the Temple of Kopmogu one, so that's what I'm focusing on just until I've got it. It's like I can't bear the thought of missing. Let's see, I think I need a good chunk of these. Alright,
buying and selling is in my blood.
What do you think they'll do with Sylvanas eventually? So my theory about all of these characters, and I am thinking about doing a video about it, is they're intending to kind of turn the characters we recognize and really like and who are long established but who they don't really want to do a lot of major story with anymore. I reckon they're going to turn them into almost like deities. I always talk about I know they're working on changing character creation, like upgrading it. And I always thinking about Baldur's Gate, where at the beginning you can choose elf, and then you can choose the type of elf, and then you can choose who that elf worships, like what their religion is. And I envision something like that for World of Warcraft, where you choose elf, then you can choose, are you going to be a Nightborn, are you going to be a Void Elf, a Blood Elf, all of that. And then you can choose some sort of allegiance. And I think all these characters are kind of being set up to be almost like the new gods, maybe because of the Titans having messed up the cosmological chart. Maybe these characters become the new gods of the cosmological chart. So if you look at some of them, like Sylvanas obviously could be set up as a representative of death, but then so could Zul'jin. I mean, not Zul'jin. Vol'jin. Turalyon could be a representative of life. Of light. Alaria of shadow. Like Khadgar, a representative of arcane. Like all of these characters, then they're kind of like, you could still have them come in and out every now and then, maybe give you a quest or whatever. Thrall, obviously representative of, I guess, life. Hey, that's what shamanism is associated with. But then they don't have to worry so much about ruining their story or anything either. So that's what I think is going to happen with Sylvanas, is she's basically going to become a deity of death. Yeah, caught you live. I just subscribed to you the other week and I love your videos. Oh, I'm so glad to read. Thank you, Zorandi. Discordian videos, kitty videos are so good. You're going to make me blush, Avrik. I totally forgot PvP had decor attached to it. So I've gotten really weird about decor, where I've decided I want to collect every single piece. Every single piece. I think the only ones I'm kind of like, okay, I'll get those later, are the ones that you get from mythic raid kills, because it's not happening. And I had almost everything except for the PvP ones. So then I turned my attention to PvP, and I've already gotten a lot of them. These are the only ones I don't have now. So this one, I'm so close. Yeah, it's Master of Temple of Kopmogu. And then this is the one that I know I won't get, Master of Twin Peaks. I'm still working on it. I've gotten like quite a few of these achievements. I had none of these when I started out, so I'm quite proud of myself. I've also got this one on my Alliance character. The one, only it's on the Alliance character, it's killing 5 orcs instead of 5 dwarves. So yeah, I've got almost all of these. I don't have Firewalk with me, Double Jeopardy. Top Defender I will get. Twin Peaks Veteran I will get. Cloud 9 is impossible, and Double Jeopardy I just don't see how that's possible either. So those are the ones that I suspect I won't be able to ever complete, but I'm trying. We talk about your videos and debate them in the guild a lot. That's so cool. I love that. Right, rose trellises. Was Vol'jin going to be the law of justice, or is that a theory I heard from the law community? What was he the law of? No, law of kings. Wasn't he law of kings? Oh, now I'm going to have to look this up. I store my knowledge outside of my head. I always have to double check things before I remember them. The Primus is the jailer, 100%. Let's see. Serendi, thank you for the subscription. Vol'jin, blah. Vol'jin faced... And thank you for following! Vol'jin faced the perils of the Maw before merging his essence with Razan after the mighty Loa of Kings was mortally wounded in the jailer's domain. Yeah, so basically Vol'jin will be the Loa of Kings. Cottage Wizard! Oh, it's so good to see you! I love your videos as well. I really enjoyed your recent one about the social problems in World of Warcraft. I mean, in World of Warcraft housing. I completely agree with everything you said. It's really, and like, you saved me. This build that I'm working on at the moment wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for a tip from one of your videos. So amazing stuff. The tip being that you can actually increase the size of walls. Okay. What was... Ugh. This grass is so irritating. We're gonna have to remove it until the end. I think I'm just going to take it out. Is that... Yeah. Oh, that's so wonderful to hear. Yeah, yours is one of my favorite, like, all-time favorite channels. I love watching, you know, housing is so much fun. And just watching what people do and come up with, it's just incredible. It blows my mind. Okay, I'm moving the statue out of the way as well. Let me just finish up with this. Now, this side, I think I moved, yeah, the pillar out quite a bit to hide this extra bit of wall. That's fine. Grass hate crap. Have you seen the Reddit post calculating the number of unique Murloc plushie colors in the current trend of their releases? How we won't get all of them until 2035. Really? Because, yeah, okay. So there's like 50, I think. There's 50 plushies, or a little over 50. It's around 50. And we've had, what, 5 or 6? And people are like, oh, how many more plushies can we get? It's like, a lot. There's so many more. But yeah, I imagine what they'll eventually do is just give us a bunch then at one go. People are definitely getting sick of the plushie Twitch drop. It's like people get bored very quickly. They like people are irritated by the plushies just because it's another plushie, which is a bit silly. Like, yeah, it's another plushie, but it's in a different color. And again, we've only had like 6 and there's about 50. Where's that other ivy? I'm trying to do overgrown garden for this bottom floor. And the problem is I don't really have a clear vision for this floor, because the floor that I really want to work in is the first floor. But I feel like I can't move to the first floor until I've done this bottom floor. So kind of getting there, I think. What I plan to do is have a window here with a garden view. And then like another one of these nooks here, and have like a, I don't know, like a little corner seated area or something. What's going on here? Did I increase the size of that pillar? No, I don't think I did. Ah, crap. Belemeth. Okay, I think that's better. I can't wait for next levels of housing. My NA home is at decor max and I'm not done yet. Oh my word. I mean, we did this viewing of a house on stream the other day and it was so incredible. It was a whole spaceship. Like half this house was like another spaceship. Just amazing. And they've run out of decor budget. And it's like, that's a literal crime. The fact that such creativity has to stop because of the decor budget, they need to fix that now. I'm so excited to have basements in the 0.1 patch. Me too. I was surprised that it took them this long, to be honest. But the fix that they've come up with is exactly what I assumed that they would do, which is any room in your house. I mean, you can change your entrance hall to be anywhere in the house. It makes perfect sense. I missed that. Bright Goblin, thank you for the subscription. Kitty, might you have plans for this house when it's done, or do you enjoy decorating just for the fun of it? I love decorating for the fun of it. I finished my other house, although I've learned so much since I started it that as soon as they bring in the blueprints, I'm going to have to rip out some of the rooms, because you can it's so funny, you can actually walk through the house and see like which rooms I did first, because they're the ones that are like really basic and they're fine, but you can see like my later rooms are much nicer. So I think the thing is, I've played games like decorator games before and I get very addicted to them, and I don't like that. I can spend hours building and rebuilding, and it's my happy place. So I think I'm going to just keep building. What I've done with this house as a concept is I've built this staircase in the middle of it, and theoretically every room is going to be something new. So the ground floor is the garden, overgrown garden. My first floor, what I want to do is, the loading screen lounge, I want to make that as the room that comes off the first floor. So first floor is basically standard cottage. And then second floor might be ethereal or something like that. And the idea is it's a mage's tower that you keep going up, and it's a new theme each room. So that way you can just keep building until you run out of decor limit or rooms, And then every time they add, I can always build more onto it. And I think that's a pretty cool idea. But I also always need to have space to build because of, I'm sure you know this, it'll be fine once we have blueprints. But if you're doing any content at all, you need to be able to rip things out and have a room that you just put stuff down in just for display and that kind of thing. So that's been this house for the most part until recently. I also need to work on my EU house decor. But I have a lot less gold in EU to get all the decor. I need to by midnight for my US account, and I've got like no gold on that account. So I don't think I'm going to be doing much housing of for myself on my NA account, but I want to have the account so that I can visit other people's houses. It's the first time I've been like convinced to buy 2 copies of this game just because I want to visit other people's houses in a different area. I'm still far too intimidated to sit down and create my dream house, but in my head I have a Tauren or Night Owl theme. They're my favorite races and they have so much history. Maybe one day. So what I think is like a good thing to do is, instead of sitting down to build your house, you just commit to one room. You like, I'll do this. I say that. My house, my previous house, I built the entire, I had the entire design in mind and it was huge. So I didn't do what I'm preaching. But I do think starting out with one room here and there is probably more sensible than trying to do a whole thing, because it is very intimidating. But again, now that we're going to have blueprints, it immediately becomes a lot less intimidating. I love the intense focus of housing players. It's like, lock in, gotta move this flower without sending you off into the void. Mine is not like a spaceship, but it's very Nelf Druid coded. Thinks a lot of indoor plants and vines on all the walls. Oh, that's lovely. I think everyone likes the, like, indoor garden is always a big hit, isn't it? It's beautiful. Ugh, what am I doing? Goblin player myself, always happy to catch your streams. Yes, goblins. Always good to see other goblins represented. Morning time zone, been lurking on and off. Good to see you, Cryptomancer. Play Pally, I have like 7 lots and 7 different houses. I do think they should just let us have as many houses as we want. I don't think most people will get more than like 1 house. A lot of people don't even have 2 houses. A lot of people are quite happy with just the 1, and that's fine. And I think the people who are very seriously into it should just be allowed to have as many houses as we want. I have considered, like, I've got this house. This house is in a guild. Well, both of my houses are in guilds where I don't want to move. But I've considered occasionally with my horde house to just become like have it be a traveling house where I just move to different random neighborhoods every now and then so that I can move plots, because I get restless. I want this plot for a while and then I'm sick of it and I want to move to a different plot, and you can't do that in your guild neighborhood. I lost the plot that I originally wanted because I did that, and then I wanted it back, so then I had to move to a different subdivision, and like that's not ideal. So I am thinking of becoming having a sort of traveling house. Okay, this wall. I wonder if I should try the wood panels again. It does look nice. But then I kind of need to add... Oh, let's see. They really need to change the platform budget. I'm going to blow through my entire budget just with platforms because of these sort of wall textures. I didn't do any of this on my other house. I need some corner platforms as well. Corner of platforms. I'm not in the queue. What's wrong with me? I'm never gonna get this achievement at this rate. Whoa. Sounds like a great idea. You won't get tired of doing the same aesthetic all the time. It's not a bad idea, right? Like doing this traveling around. I think I might do it. If you need an NA neighborhood Dayglow is a dojo girl guild. Ah, thank you. Can you visit houses? Can't you visit houses with a trial account, or am I mistaken by that? I've been meaning to set up an EU one for me that way. I believe to engage with housing you need midnight. It won't be an issue from after midnight with the next expansion, but it's considered a housing feature. So yeah, you need midnight. Ooh, I haven't done house with warming. Let me go do that quick. I have 0 houses. It's just not something I enjoy, and that's fine. I'm glad that they haven't mixed it up with player power, so that nobody who doesn't want a house. Yeah, nobody who doesn't want a house should have a house. I totally agree with that. I feel like Blizzard is afraid of the issues Final Fantasy XIV has with entire neighborhoods being owned by one person for the multiple housing. Maybe, I guess the supply is nowhere near as limited. I can see why it would be a problem. I can see why they would be hesitant. But, wow, this person did not prepare for visitors, did they? I think we need one more person and then we get our... get the quest. I can see why they would be hesitant with it. I do think they will eventually unlock it. What I think they should do is give us houses that are out in the world. You know, the undermine apartments. We can just you know, decorate that. I really think they should give that to us. Like, I understood why they didn't want to do it. I still think they should do it. They've absolutely got the best housing system of any MMO right now. But Blizzard, I must say, the only thing that was making me go back to Elder Scrolls Online was the housing. And now that's not, now that there's World of Warcraft housing, and it is actually so much better than what I experienced in Elder Scrolls Online. It's like, there's no reason for me to ever go back to ESO, which is a little bit sad because I do like Elder Scrolls. Glad they added housing to WoW. No idea what I'd do with it. Contrast to my other game where every character has at least a room decorated. So why... Which game does every character have a room decorated? Is that Final Fantasy? And what's the difference there? Like, why does that work in the other game and not in this one? I feel so too. They just need some social options like custom idols, poses, etc. to let us make them feel so alive. Well, to see, if you want to see suggestions on what they should do with social options, Cottage Wizard's video about it is brilliant. I also think they really need to open up a way to put your house up for visitors. You know, say, this is my house, this is the theme of my house, come see it, and let people review them. I mean, I realize that will also open up the doorway to people being horrible, but I still think I want people to be able to come see my house, you know, and provide feedback and stuff. Like, and I want to be able to go visit people's houses. There are such amazing houses in this game. And like a lot of them you'll never see. Because like people don't know how to get people to come see their house, you know? I think Blizzard's just going into everything with a soft touch, which has pros or cons, but overall I think it's going well. You're not wrong. They definitely decided to start gently, and I think that has been a good choice, like as time goes on, which is why I do think we'll end up getting more houses. And again, like not everyone will care. Like a lot of people only want one house. It's really only the absolute enthusiasts who will want more than two. I mean, it's taken me this long to get started on my second house, and I consider myself a massive housing enthusiast. So it's not like I need another house right now. I'm not biting at the bit or anything, but I think in time we'll probably want more. The ability to put your house up so random folks can visit when you aren't on. I need to show it off. Yes, exactly. Like some sort of, there's got to be something. Some sort of like, I don't know, listing that you can put up your house up in. I would like the wild hammer grass covered buildings in Twilight Highlands. That's one of the areas in the Alliance neighborhood that I really like, and my house is not in that area, but it's like it's one of the areas I would consider as an alternative to the spot that I have, which is that sort of wild hammer themed area that's up in the Highlands. I think it's so beautiful. It's such a cool area, so thematic. Overall, I actually don't like the Alliance neighborhood very much, but that area is an exception. I think that's one of the better designed areas. Elder Scrolls Online got hit hard with those layoffs yesterday, 50%. I know. It's really upsetting to see. And like, not good because it's Microsoft and they've also got Blizzard under their thumb. And I'm just really worried about what might happen to World of Warcraft in the future. Very upsetting. And apparently they've been doing really well. But that didn't save them, which always sucks. Is this... I swear to God, I spent so much time of my life moving these tables. Once I started using them, I couldn't stop. I've got so many places in the other house that's made use of these curved tables. And it does look very cool, but it is very fiddly. Oh man. Yeah, on Final Fantasy 14. I do more roleplay there, never on WoW. There's a lot of variety between fantasy, historical, modern, and futuristic decor items and outfits. Oh, really? I wonder if World of Warcraft will start introducing more modern decor items at any point. Because, like, I've seen people do amazing things to make sort of modern-looking decor. And, like, it's not for me. I want my fantasy house to look like a fantasy house. But I really like seeing it, you know, and it works so well for some people's houses. So some actual modern decor, I'm sure there are people who would like that. At the least, I feel like we could get some things that would be goblin inventions, like a working fridge. Side note, I'm flying over wetlands. You can see the sun well firing up into the sky from even over Ironforge. That's wild. You got a character who's still got the sunwell. I am never ever going to forgive them for that. Like, you introduce something that cool and then you get rid of it. Why would you do that? The sunwell is so much better than the stupid Dawnwell thing. Is this... This is not working nicely. Not working nicely at all. I'm not entirely sure what to do here. I would just love a house in Stormsong Valley. It's one of my favorite zones. Well, I mean, okay, so one of the experiences from housing that I really had an amazing, that I thought was so amazing, in Elder Scrolls Online was I was running in this zone on my horse and I saw this manor, this giant big black manor house. This big gothic manor house, and it was beautiful. And I was like, that's so cool. And I rode up to it to look at it, and it was a house that was on sale. It's one of the houses you can buy. and they let you, the way they have it set up is you can preview the house, so you can go in it and take a look around, and you can even see it previewed fully decorated, because they have like a preset decoration thing. And like that made me go, and it was really expensive, and also you needed an achievement to be allowed to buy it. It wasn't something you could just buy. You needed to have finish some achievements. And that made me like, you know what I really want to do is I want to play through this content. I want to get that achievement so that I can buy this house. Like, it was immediately aspirational for me. And because I don't really play Elder Scrolls Online, I never did. I never did that. But I still thought it was really cool. And I think there's so much potential for that with WoW housing as well. Like, who wouldn't want a house in Revendreth? Who wouldn't want a house in Grizzly Hills? You know, everyone's got their place that they'd love to have their own house in. And I think sooner or later, they should cater to that. They should just allow people to get the houses that they really want in the locations that they really want. For discovering house venues, Final Fantasy XIV community mainly uses outside websites for listing or finding places. Like if you want a cafe or a photo studio for screenshots or underground fight clubs. It really has it all. See, that is very cool. And I suppose World of Warcraft will have to do that as well. But I really hope that they introduce something that's in the game. And I mean, like, you know, if you go to your housing menu and you go open House Finder, you can scroll through these neighborhoods to go visit empty plots. Now, surely you could use this to scroll through neighborhoods that have houses that are on show. And then you can click on those houses that want people to visit them, you know? Beams instead of platforms, maybe. Are we getting a mini blueprints like what Ian said we get for copying his piano, for example? Is it just entire rooms or houses? So as far as I know, and just bear in mind, I haven't really gone and read the notes myself. I'm just reacting to what other people are saying. It's only rooms for now. It's like only rooms and houses. So I did notice that. I did notice that they didn't actually mention like paintings or things like that. But no doubt that will come. They're obviously starting with the big stuff. And then eventually we'll get, like being able to make a piano. I know that will be very popular when you can get just that. Because like, personally, I wouldn't want an entire room made by someone else. Like, I might get it and then play around with it just to learn. But like, what I would want is, you know, those people who do those incredible paintings. Like, what I would want is, or like artworks, I'd want to be able to order one of those, get that and copy it into my house. Okay, this is working. This is fine. I just want to check that this platform hasn't gone through the... Ooh, no, it's okay. I mean, in the end, it can open up to the same custom content as Warcraft 3 had, with players being able to make their own quests and add existing currencies as rewards, etc. You could even have players make puzzles and mini-games, stories and such. That's very, 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 very cool idea. I do wonder, like, how feasible that's going to be. But I know a lot of people have suggested that that's a potential future for where this is going. The thing is, I would love to have a house in a certain zone, but I would hate to have to quest in a zone filled with player houses. So the way it works in Elder Scrolls Online is you get houses that are, it's like personal phases, you know, like your garrison, where you go into it and it's your phase. So then if you want to visit somebody else's version of that house, you have to be invited in. And I understand why they didn't want to do that as the base model for housing. But I think they should still consider doing it as a supplement, because I think it's still cool. Very slightly adjusting this. Yeah, I think this is working. Yeah, just casually order the Mona Lisa for delivery. I love those paintings. Yeah, and I mean, they would be on such high demand. Like, people could really make a killing with that. And when you see what people can do, you know, people are so creative. Okay, this is not working. That's not better. Thinking about my Nelf rogue main, have had her retire to being a professor of archaeology, a fave achievement or title to that farm in Pandaria. So I'd need a museum house with conservation workspace, which is kind of what I made in Final Fantasy XIV. I mean, like, I do think that at the very least, they should add the house in Pandaria and the apartment in Undermine to the housing system, where you can decorate it. Because yes, you do just phase in to those areas by yourself, and you'd have to invite someone in for them to see your one. But I would love to decorate my little farm. Like, even if it's just for me, I'd still love to do that. That I would be cool with. Sign me up for Borellis or Brenadin. And a lot of those places, you could add a little apartment. It wouldn't be too difficult. Like, it is possible. I think they'll do it eventually. Like, they didn't want to make it the main way you get housing, but I think they will eventually allow some of those places to be sort of, I mean, unless it's like a huge issue with coding, I think they'll eventually allow some of those places to be flagged for housing. I think we're doing okay here. Okay. Am I in the queue? Yeah, I am. These queues never pop. I would like an apartment in Silver Moon City, definitely. There are rumors that they actually have a Silver Moon City neighborhood ready to go. But like, seems weird that we're this far into the expansion without access to that, if that's true. But I would love like a place in Nagrand. If I use this beam. Maybe this is the way to go. Yeah. Yeah, now I only have to worry about the diamond thingies. Pretty sure that's what they intended for Belameth as well. If you look at Donegal, there are places that feel so much like they intended to make those apartments, you know? I think there might have been a time when they were actually playing around with the idea of having apartments in the city. Like, there's so many areas that look like they were just going to open them up to be housing. And you could just add a portal to the door here and there to allow for people to make those into their houses, and then just have that whole phasing thing with your personal house when you go into it. If they had a Silver Moon neighborhood, they would have to make it alliance friendly, which would be very weird and knock them out of future options. So I guess this is part of the thing, but then they would do what they've done with our current neighborhoods, which is you have to have a Horde character to buy it, but then you can visit it with either Horde or Alliance. But yeah, you're right about Belameth. So much open space, great for real estate. Well, like there's a lot of these cities that feel like they put a lot of work into them. And like sometimes we only visit them for a patch. Like it feels there's got to be more. I mean, why would you put that much work into it, you know? Yeah, I think just adding a beam behind each one is fine. Why would they insist so much on the Horde being welcome there? Well, yeah, no, you're right. I think part of that is them trying to just, they don't want to deal with the factions anymore. It's too much trouble for them to have to try to write for both groups. So they're trying to soft get rid of them. And everything they're doing these days is like faction neutral. No, I'm not sure I like the beam. I think that's the best I'm gonna get. Yeah. Now we just have a nice row of these at the top. Just check that that hasn't gone through the floorboards. No, okay. Factions are kind of contrived at the start since Warcraft 3 is all about orcs and humans coming together to fight the Legion at the end. True, but there's definitely been, like I've always been kind of against the faction war and like sick of it. I don't like the toxicity that it encourages, but at the same time I can't deny the fact that something has been lost with them getting rid of it. Mostly Horde storytelling. It's like, it didn't occur to me that Blizzard is just like that bad at telling Horde stories these days, because they don't seem to be capable of it. They couldn't even tell an undermined story without bringing in the Alliance Secret Service for some reason. So it has turned me into someone who kind of misses the factions. If they just did more exploration of the different races, including the Horde races, then I wouldn't mind it so much. Hopefully they will. There we go. I think that's a very nice window. Not entirely sure what I want to do for the scene that it's going to look out at yet. But I think the window itself is good. And now that I've got this wall here, let me try the different pillar again. Yeah, now we can just do a normal pillar. We need a search bar in this thing. Okay. I'm gonna have a doorway here. If the Silver Moon Guards still get to pick on my human paladin, I say we can ban them from Bellamouth. Yeah. Does, like, anyone even want, you know, cross-faction in these places? I mean, it would be ridiculous to not have the Alliance be able to visit Silver Moon at the moment, I suppose. And it would have been ridiculous to not have the Horde being able to visit Bellamouth. But, like, there's so much... I can't go to Bellamouth to buy decor with my Horde characters. I've got to take my Alliance character anyway, because there are restrictions. So it's kind of silly to begin with. They sort of want to have it restricted, but they also don't. These tables are so irritating. They seem to always have trouble. See this? Try to flip it like basically 90 degrees and it does this sort of turn. It's so annoying. And sometimes it's okay if you do it in a different room. But sometimes you have to do it like that. You should hear them with my Void Elf Death Knight. If the Alliance Guards in Bellamouth were like that to the Horde, people would have rioted. They're very mean to my Void Elf as well. That's one thing I can't stand about Silver Moon is the complete disrespect to the Alliance. Like, I like the flavor. I think it's silly, you know? I still don't understand why the Alliance are there, where the Horde is, to save our city. Like, I get that the Alliance are there to help save Silver Moon. Where are the Horde, though? It's very weird storytelling. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go buy more curved tables. I can't believe battlegrounds still hasn't... The queue hasn't gone off yet. Like, I've been in this queue for half an hour. It's in the day, it's not like it's early morning. And then it will go off, and I'll be in a bad team and we'll lose. Horde races just need to have aims. Like, what is the aim the goblins now after Gallywix? The edge has been taken off most races at this point. Yep, I agree. And they need to be given aims that don't have to do with the Alliance. Like that Matthias Shaw thing. I'm sorry, but that was really dumb. I hated that. Do not consider Trolls Horde because Blood Elf Armani stuff has been great. Well, yeah, but the Armani... No, the Armani are not the Horde. They never have been. The trolls that are part of the Horde are the Darkspear. Like, the trolls that are part of the Horde are nowhere to be seen. And that is irritating because, like, where are they? Why aren't they involved with the Armani? Why are they not, you know, they could help. Why on earth are we sending a Blood Elf to deal with Zulaman when we've got trolls in the Horde who could also help negotiate? That is actually one of the issues I have with the whole thing. Oh, the curved tables, where are they?
What
Does Balin have
seek?
them?
Thank you for browsing.
Yeah.
Find me something.
I think it would be cool if they originally made Midnight Zone expand towards Lordaeron so the Alliance could have their city back as a city hub and Silvermoon was a Horde hub. Well, what I do... Look, I sympathize with what they wanted to do. Is they wanted to rebuild Silvermoon. There was no way, no possible way they could have done 2 cities. Just not a chance. They just don't have the sort of resources you need for that. To do 2 cities for 1 expansion. Like, so they had to make Silvermoon neutral for that reason. And I very much sympathize with them. And like, I sympathize that they can't always build 2 cities. It is a huge ask from them, especially these days. And they have to figure out ways around it. So try not to get too upset about the whole neutral city thing, because I understand where they're coming from. I think it's a bit of an unfair ask at this stage. What I am excited for is it does seem very likely that they will be rebuilding both Orgrimmar and Stormwind, and I really, really would love to see that, especially Orgrimmar, because Razorwind Shores I still think is the better of the 2 zones, and I'm very excited to see some of that translate into Orgrimmar, because canonically Orgrimmar is starting to get life and like proper nature growing into it now. Like they reawoke the nature spirit of the land, and like I would love to see that. Or if they'd rework Stratham so we could have that as a hub as Alliance. I wonder if we're going to see Stratham actually. Aren't there hints that there's something going on there? I know that they've dodged any questions about Stratham. I think they lost a lot of that character integration when they sacked Christy Golden. She knew. Christy Golden is the single writer who I do trust with both the Alliance and the Horde. I don't think anyone else, and I've seen people accuse her of Alliance bias, and like, excuse me, Christy Golden has personally penned some of the best Horde books that exists. She's the one who wrote like all those great stories about Thrall. So yeah, I don't think it helped getting rid of her. I mean, she still writes the novels, but I really wish they still had her on the story team. After The Last Titan, they had to do a full Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms revamp with players able to visit any faction city with twists and new story beats like in Warcraft 3, new conflicts and threats. You think they're going to do that? Well, there's a lot of... Apparently this, the Warcraft revamp is going to happen at the end of Midnight and not the end of Last Titan. But those are just rumors. I don't know if that's true. Oh god, please let us not get totally annihilated. Ah! Okay. See, now my pet isn't with me. Oh, there we go. Oh, they have good healers. I hate it when they have good healers. We don't. My pet is dead. Good lord. That's very rare. This is a mistake. I'm gonna die. Waited this long for the queue and yep, we're getting annihilated. Cool. Love this for us. Good. Well, we're neck and neck now. Why is there so much hate for Christy Golden? I can tell you the answer. You're not going to like it. The answer's usually pretty straightforward when people hate a female creative. That's true. The Darkspear and Zandalari are there, but in vanilla, the Darkspears united all the trolls against the Armani. I think Blood Elves being the race to deal with the hatred is a good choice. I suppose you got a point there. Hey, we're actually winning. Let me try to get into the middle here. I hate the fear. I hate it so much. It's such a horrible spell. Yeah. That burst damage. Where's my team? Can you look after me? There's only so much healing I can do. Ah, bloody Demon Hunter. Organs, Stormwind both need a revamp. Both could be amazing cities with modern revamp. Pretty sure they have stated directly that they're doing a revamp on those cities. So yeah. Okay, guys. This is ridiculous. Why is no one picking up the orbs? Stop fearing me! Stop it! Stop horrifying me! Stop fearing me! Leave me alone! This is why I hate picking up orbs. The counter is not suited for this. But if no one else picks them up, I have to. Purple orbs. Christie's books are my favorite WoW books. Same here. I always enjoy her books, even the ones that people don't like. What's the rumor about the world revamp? So there was this leak. And I've only sort of half been paying attention to it because, you know, I don't know how true it is. But there's an image that was leaked like a year ago or something. And, you know, it's so easy to fake these leaks these days. But the image is of stuff that's planned for World of Warcraft. And it was accompanied apparently by this post about all this stuff that's currently planned for World of Warcraft. And the source is supposed to be a disgruntled ex-employee who is in the social media team. And the reason why this leak has sort of gotten people's attention again is because it mentions Camelot. Like by name, it refers to Camelot. And now Camelot has been announced. And it's like some classic thing. I actually don't know what Camelot is. I just know it's like some sort of something to do with classic. It's called Camelot. And that's a very specific thing to be right, you know? Like, I suppose it's not entirely far-fetched because the fact that this King Arthur mythology related to World of Warcraft is it's not unheard of. You know, he's named Arthas because of Arthur. That's what he's named after. So, like, theoretically, you could guess something like Camelot, but even so, it's a pretty wild thing to have figured out, you know, because there's a lot of stuff that World of Warcraft is based on. Yeah, so to get something like that specifically correct, it makes the whole leak seem a lot more plausible, right? And this leak has a whole bunch of other stuff tied to it, and one of the things is the plans are for a Warcraft 2, a Warcraft reset, but not in the way you think. It's not like they restarting the game or rebooting the game or anything like that. Like, the game's pretty much the same, the system's the same. We've been playing Warcraft 2 for a long time because they've been updating the way the game works for ages. Okay, I have lost my pets. I think I'm just gonna die at this stage. It's just sort of reset my character. Yeah, and this Warcraft 2 thing, the thing that is supposed to be reset is the story. The idea is that at the end of Midnight, Azeroth is going to be born, and we're going to have to fight her. She's not actually good. Maybe, I guess she's influenced by the Void or something. And this is going to lead to kicking off Warcraft 2, which is going to be this great story reset. So, I don't know, maybe a time skip? I don't know. I don't know how much of it is true, how much of it is reliable, how much of it is trustworthy. I do think they're setting up the story to do some sort of time skip or something. They don't really want to be dealing with some of these storylines anymore. I think that's been clear for a while. I think they have to be careful though, because as we've seen with Arator, people just aren't necessarily as invested in their newer characters as they were invested in their older characters, you know? Like you mentioned Sylvanas, you get everyone's attention even now. And that's with a whole bunch of people hating her. You mentioned Arator, nobody cares. And like, yeah. So that's the rumor. I might do a more detailed video about it where I actually go into the leaks and what they claim and how much I think is reliable, how much I think is not. Where are the orbs? Oh, there we go. You know what? I am just going to go get an orb. Jeez. I play mainly Alliance, not the biggest Horde fan, but the Horde books make me like the Horde so much more. So, I mean, I was introduced to World of Warcraft with Warcraft 3, and yeah, I will never be able to fully embrace the Alliance. It's just, and every time I try, I'm so put off by them. So much Alliance questing is bitching about the Horde. So much of it. Like when you quest through in Legion. What's the zone with the Vikings? When you quest through that zone on the Horde side, it's like, okay, you're following Sylvanas around, you're dealing with Nathanas. Nathanas is mean to you. It's all fine. You quest through on the Alliance side, and it's constant complaining about the Horde. They just don't stop talking about them. Like every second character is like, yeah, and we hate those goblins and we hate those undead, and I'm like, geez, calm down, you know, I am a Horde actually. Stop bitching about the Horde to me all the time. And I feel like the Alliance NPCs moan about the Horde a lot more than the Horde moan about the Alliance, and that alone irritates me about the Alliance. It also doesn't help that a lot of the Alliance is coded in a certain way. Like the Alliance have witch hunters that they think are good. Like the Drustvar storyline is horrible, and the Alliance have the religion that is very closely associated with the Christian Church, and like there's a lot of stuff that the Alliance is coded as that I find very difficult to ever quite enjoy. So I can't say I personally understand where you're coming from there. To be honest, Nathanis is mean to everyone. Look, the Horde love it. We love Nathanis being mean to us. Everyone does. Like that's like the attraction of Nathanis is he's mean to us. There's something wrong with the Horde. We like people who are nasty to us. It's the same as Sylvanas, actually. She's always mean to us as well. Oops. There's no point doing the shift thing because it bugs out. There we go. They really hold a grudge. That's why I can't roll a human. It's a lot of hatred that's reinforced with the light. As an American, it comes off very Christian nationalist. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, I grew up with not the nicest people that the whole aesthetic is very reminiscent of for me. So it's definitely my issues, but it's like, yeah, I can't be comfortable with them. I just can't. Yeah, so this whole thing is basically using fake walls inside the walls. Oh, we won that one. Hey, I only have one more Temple of Kopmogu victory to go, and then I have this achievement, and then I never have to do Temple of Kopmogu again. At least until I do have to do it for some other reason. But boy, am I looking forward to winning the next one. I need to, at some point, do a video about why I can't stand Drustvar in particular, the storyline. It upsets me so much. Orgrimmar, interior, narrow wall. There we go. Now how did... okay. Okay, whole thing needs to come out a little. Should be about it. Hey, we don't king shame, but sometimes we king cast why. One of my favorite media WoW ever put out was Jaina's trailer for BFA. I love that song, but it is deeply coded in nationally racism and trauma. It's definitely, yeah, that song is beautiful. I do like the way, look, BFA's story, I have such a love-hate relationship with Battle for Azeroth because I think it's some of the best storytelling they've ever actually done, but it's also very upsetting. And I really do love that she grapples with the fact that she made what she believes is the right choice, but her family, like her nation, hate her for it, but also she's beginning to think maybe she was wrong. And like to them, she's a betrayer, and she's beginning to think she did betray her people. And it's so good. Like, it's I don't think we've seen storytelling like that again since. It's like she's dealing with so much, although they don't really do a whole lot with it. But yeah, I really enjoy that song. It's definitely one of the best bits of media they've ever put out, for sure. Generational, yeah. I should have figured out that's what you meant. Or I thought that's what you meant. Should have just said that. Okay, we don't want this bit at the bottom, actually. It's going to have to go down a little bit more. Some more wood paneling. Am I in the queue? Yeah, I am. Novel! This is one of the good things about the factions, is there is something that everyone can find that they like. I prefer Alliance. Do I hate the Horde? No, I just prefer playing Alliance. I do have Horde tunes, but a lot of the races are just not for me. I do have one of every character. And I actually, you know, I like some of my favorite, I sound like I'm gonna go, you know, some of my favorite people are Alliance, but like some of my favorite characters are Alliance. Like I do actually like a lot of the Alliance. I like a lot of Alliance storylines. My daughter plays Alliance. She loves the Worgen, her favorite of the Worgen. And she can't understand why I like the Undead, because her introduction to the Undead was playing a Worgen in Cataclysm. And like, it's not the greatest introduction to Sylvanas. Like, you don't tend to like her after that. So yeah, I mean, I joke around, but I mean, I do like the Alliance. Anduin's one of my favorite characters. But I can never feel comfortable enough with the Alliance to have it be my main. But I'm very happy with my new Alliance main, my Night Elf. She's great. And the Jaina take a spot on. Blizzard struggles to write women well. In my opinion, Moira is one of the best written women in Warcraft from the beginning. Seeing her grow and change has been fantastic. I have enjoyed Moira. I wish we could see a bit more of her. That's just her and not Dagran. I feel like her story kind of... They did a story and then they're like, okay, that's enough now in the War Within. I would still like to see more from her. But I agree, she's great. Are we... Ah! Okay. I need some small platforms again. Or would large platforms be okay here? And just check that this hasn't... No, I'm not trying to go upstairs. Yeah, large platforms are fine. I do not understand the hatred for Anduin. He's such a complex dude, and I love Farron and his friendship with her. She's also just cool, optimistic character. Reminds me of Zappy Boy from BFA. So, I think a lot of people are beginning to realize that they had, you know, like regret all the hatred for Anduin over the years, because now it's like, oh, we're getting Aratal, and I think if you ask pretty much anyone who they'd prefer, it's Anduin. I think there's a newfound appreciation for Anduin amongst the lore community. Let me put it that way. I've always liked Anduin. Like, he definitely went through a stage where he was a bit of a wet blanket, but it wasn't as much as people claimed. Like, people acted like he was pathetic, and he really wasn't. He's always been a really cool character. I actually am getting a bit sick of him now, to be honest. I think he's been moaning and complaining about how he doesn't feel perfect in his heart for too long now. It's like at some point you gotta get over it and do your duty, you know? He's been dodging his duty for too long, and I don't have a lot of time for it anymore. But I still prefer him to Aratal, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna overthink these wood panels, and they're actually fine. Especially since I'm probably gonna be doing a little bit of vines around them anyway. Okay. So I kind of want a pathway that goes towards this area as well. But what am I going to do in here? I could do maybe a cozy little room. Anduin is also one of my favorites also. Horde, I like Lorthamar a lot. I love seeing him getting sassy with Tyrallion. It's been some of my favorite interactions in Midnight. I have really thoroughly enjoyed Lorthamar this expansion. I agree, like so much. I really like him, even in the later short story where he's such a little bitch. Like, I just really like him. He's got so much personality. And it's so good to see. I just hope they're not gearing him up to die. You know, sometimes that happens. Character gets really good writing, and that's because they're about to get killed off. I feel like for me, for a long time, Lorthamar has felt a little bit nondescript. Although that's not really fair. He's got like such great lines in Mr. Pandaria as well, like moments. But I have also very thoroughly enjoyed him. Honestly, he's the most stable Horde leader. He's been very stable. He just keeps to himself and he looks after his people. For sure. They need to give poor Anduin a break. That man has been through it. Ah, man. Please. Oh, poor woe is me. I was mind controlled and I had to take down the Archon or whatever it is. And I liked it. Oh, get over it, Anduin. Good grief. He acts like he's the most traumatized person in the world. I don't have a lot of sympathy for him anymore. I'm sorry. I was thinking of putting like a fountain in this corner with some grass around it. Either this one, just because it's so cool. I mean, he has been since birth through Andor, yeah, I suppose. I just feel like he's so dramatic these days. I also like Farron. To an extent. I find her wide-eyed optimism a little bit grating, to be honest. Like, I'm saying this as someone who was homeschooled. She comes across to me as a homeschool child, and it makes sense because she was sheltered her whole life. She didn't grow up with age-appropriate friends, and I feel like in that sense she is well written, because like that's how she feels. Is somebody who's not actually properly adjusted, but I do find her a little bit grating sometimes for that reason. But I do like her as a character. I would like to see more of her, but what I would like to see is her getting a little bit more grittiness, like for her to maybe get the wide-eyed sort of naivete sort of knocked out of her a bit. I think if she's going to challenge the Armani Emperor, which is, I think, is where her story is going, she's going to have to be a bit tougher than she is now. So I would like to see that. Is her get just a bit more grittier. It's because Christy stopped writing his stories. Well, she wrote Arator's most recent book, and I'm afraid she wasn't able to make me like him. But she still writes the books, at least. Thing is, I think I need more lighting here, and I'm not sure the best way to go about it. Maybe I need another sprouting lamppost. Or an elven temple brazier. I think lighting is the bane of my existence. I really struggle getting the lighting right. Funeral Potatoes! That's an amazing name. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I want that. I like that. I can never get these braziers to quite work well though. They're always slightly off. I do want more of these lampposts and braziers. And oh man, oh no, good. I thought I was out of these pillars. I'm also thinking of like dyeing some of these dyeing these cobblestones, but I'm not entirely sure what color I want to go with. I have a little wistful theory that N'Zoth takes over Illyria's body and her consciousness joins with Tyrellian in his body, and then he becomes this literal light void male-female character. That's interesting. Real Black Mirror type thing. Can you imagine Tyrellian? I mean, he's always been the ultimate wife guy. That would just be him taking it to the next level. Even with what they deal with in Halafor, Farron is so sheltered, stepping out of there, she's in for a rude awakening. Yeah, like, that's the thing, is she's this sort of combination of someone who has dealt with a lot of trauma, because she has, but is still very sheltered. And, like, she just... Yeah, she, as I say, homeschooled. She comes across as someone who hasn't really been socialized properly, which she wouldn't have been. She doesn't have any... She didn't have peers her own age for ages. Like, she was the only kid. And they built an orphanage for her, which is so funny. Like, why didn't someone just take her in? No, they built an entire orphanage for one child. So bizarre. Or similar issues sometimes trying to get items just right. This is the thing about housing. I mean, the one thing you will not see me trying to do is these rivers where you're using the circular woolen rug. In fact, I almost never use the circular woolen rug if I can avoid it, because it always clips. And the square one is just as bad. It's always clipping. It's very irritating. Okay. I'm liking... Ooh. Let's hope that we win this one. If we do, I get the decor. If we don't, I'm going to cry. The idea reminds me of what happened in the first Star Trek movie, where a man and woman ended up joining to Vigor. I'm afraid I haven't watched Star Trek. Like, I've watched an episode here and there, but it's one of those things I didn't get into as a kid, and it's way too overwhelming now to even consider it. So I was always a fantasy fan more than a sci-fi fan as well. It's funny salamander. I don't think I've ever seen this mount before. It runs so funny. Whereas in Voyager, Tuvok and Alex join. So it's Star Trek big into joining people up. Clearly was a thing. Tyrellian becoming one with Illyria would be interesting if done right. A divine hermaphrodite. Then they could go off and be a light void deity or something. I do think they'll end up being some sort of gods together. I think Tyrellian has also thoroughly proved he's not going to kill Illyria. Like, he didn't join the light-blinded vanguard. He was like, no, I'm sticking with my wife. One of the theories is that Vigor from the first film ended up being the start of the Borg. This is all Greek to me. I have this vague idea that the Borg is an alien race. I mean, with a name like Borg, you gotta be, right? Ugh. Yay. Yeah, now they get all upset with me. They can't believe that I took it. We got a lead, but earlier, I think it was this morning, I was in one of these, and we started out so strong. We had 4 people with orbs standing in the center, untouchable, and we got to like something like 400 points. And then, you know, we thought we'd locked in. We thought we've won this, because usually if you get this lead, you're pretty much left alone by the other team, you know, you're pretty much solid. These people came through, annihilated all of us, got all the orbs, and then they got the middle, and it was literally impossible to take them down. It was just impossible, and they won. And it was one of the most frustrating matches I think I've ever experienced in Temple of Kopmogu, because I thought we were going to win. It was horrible. So I will never ever be overconfident again. Just because you're standing in the middle with the orbs doesn't mean you're not going to get wiped out. The Borg are a hive mind of races that have been added to cybernectic collective lacking free will. Ow! So like, oh, so that's right, of course, I've seen references to that. Like, most recently, that show, you know, the one where they all get added to, the humans all get added to a hive mind except for the one woman. Well, there's like 7 humans or something left, and she calls them the Borg. So, what's that called again? It's with that woman from Better Call Saul. Yeah, see, we're getting destroyed now. This is a team that plays with you. Okay, we need orange and green. Ugh, I hate taking the orb. But if there's no one else, you have to take it. It's like, rather hold it and die than let them hold it. They got someone taking the orb out. What are they doing? I'm okay with that. That's somebody who just wants the achievement for holding the orb, but like, you make no points when you take the orb outside of the zone. These priests picking me up and carrying me across. I always feel like I'm in trouble. Leave me alone! Ah. I'm getting this achievement today! Providing we keep doing well. But it looks like we are. There we go, green. Just need blue now. Oh, this enemy team is stupid as well, because quite often they've had chances to pick up orbs and they haven't taken them. Jeez. It's okay, we still got the center. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself when I never have to play Temple of Kopmogu again. I've been playing this so much. Ah, we're gonna win! We're gonna win! Hello, Mrs. Squirrel. For the record, I think 2 Vic should have been around for 3 or 5 episodes total so that the resolution would hit harder. I agree, I think. Unless that's some horribly controversial statement. I wouldn't know. For the record, are the Chronicle books considered fully canon? I remember some conversation where Bliss said some stuff out there is not technically canon. I'll cover that in a minute. Yay! That is me done with the Temple of Kopmogu. I can go put these little trophies in my little PvP trophy room. So, ooh. For that, I need to visit my other house. Very exciting. Actually, I may as well take the house finder route. The Chronicle books are canon in so much as it's like any history book. History is written, every history book is written from a perspective. It's written with a bias. And the Chronicle books are history books that are written with the Titan bias. So they are canon. The idea that they're completely not canon is inaccurate. Like, the idea that they're all lies isn't true. They are canon, but they're not infallible. There can be stuff that's wrong or misleading, or where the whole story hasn't been, you don't have the whole story. But they're just as canon as anything else in World of Warcraft, because like a quest line in World of Warcraft is canon. Later on you find out there's other details that weren't part of the quest line but are part of that story. That doesn't change the canon or make the quest line non-canon or invalidate the quest line or rewrite history. It just adds extra context. And that's what's going on with the Chronicle books. So it's canon, but it's open to interpretation. See how cool is this little pair? You get the pedestal and the orb. Very cool. So where am I going to put them? Pandaria, maybe. It's a bit silly. I'll just stick it here. There we go. Ah, it's so cool. My little PvP desk is looking great. It's raining here today, so I get to stay home and work on my WoW house. Ah, that's the best. Working on WoW housing in the rain. Clever idea of bias and canon. Yeah. Oh wow, that's a nice map. Thank you. It's not entirely accurate because I could only do so much with the stones. You can only shrink them so much, but you can recognize it's a map of Azeroth, and I think that's the main thing. Ooh, I like your trophy room. I got one myself. Thank you. Yeah, I started this because I was getting these PvP trophies and I was like, I don't know what to do with them. And now every time I get one, I come and add it to my trophy room. I love it. Okay, so which trophy am I going to work on next? All that's left now. Wrecking Ball's going to be a pain. Altric Grave Robber I'm working on. So Altric Valley, Arathi Basin, Twin Peaks, and Eye of the Storm. So I will sign up for... Well, okay, no, that's enough of this character. I need to go do some time walking. To remind you of all the trauma you experienced in the battlegrounds. Pretty much. But I can feel proud of myself because look at my table of trophies. It can remind me of all the time I inflicted trauma in battlegrounds. Sounds like an interesting way for the writers to leave room for retconning. Well, I mean, the idea that the Chronicles were like beyond reproach canon was always a terrible idea because they set so many things in stone that just things change. You can't always, you need to have the space to change things. It's one of those controversies that I've just never been on board with the rest of the lore community about because I'm fine with it not being like everything is absolutely 100% true. Partly because I don't really like Chronicles, to be honest. There's a lot of cool stuff in them, but they're not the best written books. That desk is awesome. Grats. Thank you. I'd love to show you my garage. It's pretty cool. So are you NA or EU? Because if you're EU, you can show me. And if you're, I would love to come visit. If you're NA, I can't visit now, but I will be able to soon because I'm going to get Midnight on my NA account so that I can visit people's houses. Either way, best way to show me is join my Discord. I've got a channel. Okay, well, let me link the Discord and then, because I'm going to announce in there when I can visit NA houses. Here we go. I am hoping to set up the NA account this coming month. I was kind of hoping that I could get a discount, you know. I'm kind of holding out for a sale. Paying full price for Midnight kind of hurts at the moment. So I might wait for a sale, but we'll see if I can. If it takes too long for a sale to come around, then I'm just going to buy it. You can also see them on Pank's streams. I'll take a look. Wait a minute, the red crystal used for anguish stuff is from PvP. It's the Deepwind mine. It's not really the anguish crystal. It's from Deepor Ravine. It's actually one of the easier achievements to get, and you wouldn't think so when you look at it. What's it called? Is it sprinting in the ravine? Deepor Crystal. Yeah, so it requires capturing of Deepor Crystal 50 times in Deepor Ravine. You wouldn't think that's easy because it's basically a capture the flag achievement. I did it on a hunter, and hunters are not meant for capturing flags. So I would say it's pretty easy. And like, I got one or two of the crystals on an ungeared rogue. I mean, on an ungeared druid, and that was pathetically easy. So I would definitely say try it. Like, if you want that crystal, go for the achievement. It's actually one of the easiest achievements that I got. How much gold do you need for tokens? We could try raise it. Whew, that would be a lot of gold, I think. Keep having to see the model when I do the final flights of the prey system, so I see it instantly think anguish. Yeah, I guess you're right. It is really... It is basically that crystal, isn't it? It's been a while since I've done prayer, actually. Okay. 5 minutes wait time. I guess I may as well go to Nagtal. I hate Nagtal, but it's a good leveling zone. This character, my previous main, she's also a BM hunter. And I'm going to have to play her for a tier because she's the one who unlocked the hidden artifact appearance, the hidden mage tower artifact appearance for BM Hunter on. And if I want the battleground skin, which I never got, I have to do it on her, which means I have to get her all geared up and run battlegrounds with her for that. So that's something I'm going to have to do at some point. It's so irritating that I can't just do it on a different hunter. Actually, I don't need to go to Nightower with her. I can just carry on decorating. She does look great though. But I like my goblin more. See this picture, this room? I want to do that in player housing. That's going to be my next project after I've finished with this ground floor area. Oh, I can't have the door be that style. It's to be generic. No. I'm gonna do a little cozy nook here. Okay, my mouse has stopped working. There we go. Yay, first time walking dungeon. I was thinking, oh rats. I was thinking of doing these beds. They are very cool. Yeah. This is the part of decor that I hate. The blank slate bit. Where you're like, I know what I want to do, but I don't know what I want to do. Thank goodness the time walking dungeon has popped. So I moved into the Whimsyshire Guild neighborhood and now I have to redo my entire plot. Oh no!
Be wary,
Weren't you able
champions.
just to move
My
your...
vault is many things, but
Weren't you able
harmless
to
is
just
not
move
one
your
of them.
character across?
These whelplings
I mean, your
perceive anyone
house
not
across?
of my blood as a threat. Their gaze pierces all.
Go.
If
Okay,
they see
go.
you, all nearby creatures will awaken to purge you from the vault.
Oh, it's dragonfly time walking. No, the plot is different. So I was lucky. I designed my house on one plot. I moved to another plot, but it's fine. Like the way the house,
The sundered flame
the
have
layout
been delving
is.
into my vault.
It's a little bit weird because the
They
house
do
kind
not
of,
understand the dangers
its back
within,
is now to the
nor
entrance of the
powers
plot.
they meddle with.
But I think it works. Oh, this character's a marksmanship hunter, I think. Or is she? No, she can't be. It's definitely a different setup to what I've got in the other one, though. I had to do that too. It was never the same. It definitely made some problems. Me being a hunter.
Once, my beloved Malagos gifted me with
I
arcane
accidentally
seeds.
pulled.
I
Don't punish
planted them
me.
here. A little garden
God.
from him.
Okay, you know what?
It looks as though it has grown wild over the years. I will need you to prune
better.
it.
When I did move the plot, some things were slightly off. I did notice that. I had to like adjust my stairs, and that was irritating. And that's something that worries me about blueprints. Like, is that going to happen with blueprints where it doesn't quite exactly come out the way you saved it? Like, I am scared. Blueprints are going to be buggy, especially in the beginning, I feel. For years, I viewed myself as bad at WoW because of the experiences with others in group content where I just wasn't good enough. Then last night, I was suddenly told they loved my damage while I was time walking as a shadow priest. I have no idea how to perceive myself as a WoW player. So when I started, I had no idea what I was doing, like most of us. And then I chose BM Hunter because they got the nice cats. And that's what I wanted. I wanted the nice cat. Very straightforward reasoning there. I've never cared about metrics. And then, when I finally got into endgame content, it was Cataclysm. And I
no
would be
sign of the
kicked
sundered
from
flame
dungeons
here.
for choosing to play a
Come,
BM.
this way.
That's how bad we were. Our tuning was apparently really bad. And I didn't care. Because BM Hunter, I got to have my cats, and you couldn't tell me that I should change specs. You couldn't convince me to play something else because I wanted to play with my cat, and that's all that mattered to me. So I've never really cared about damage, but because I've been so which way? Oh dear. Because I've been so determinedly a BM hunter, now I'm fine at the class. I tend to hold my own. I still get, I've got ADHD, so I get very distracted. I make mistakes.
The location of my vault was chosen to harness and make use
I'm
of this
certainly not
powerful
someone who will
rayon.
ever be able to do mythic raiding, I don't think.
While a
Where did they
marvel
go?
to behold, I am unsure of
Oh,
what
this way.
effects it will have on your mortal form. Do be on the lookout for the growth of extra appendages.
I've heard that, time walking has been quite rough this time around for a lot of people, though. I've seen, people are running into toxic groups and stuff. Or it might be a little bit overtuned, maybe. Thank you, Shadow Priest. It's so humiliating getting yanked by a priest. I hate
You
it so
have discovered
much.
one of my
I
books
always
of
feel
translocation.
like such a child.
Since the majority of the vault's caretakers are flightless,
And there's 350 deco
incorporated
budget
a
gone.
means of
Yeah,
safe
mine was
travel
gone like
via
that
these
as well.
tunnels.
I put up a few lights and that's it. But the extra 50 was what I needed. My house the external house was so unfinished, and now I think it's just about perfect. I wouldn't say no to another 10 or 20 decor budget. But I'm quite happy without it as well. The 100 budget increase was a joke. Well, I mean, the original budget was a joke. I just wish they'd get rid of the budget costs on platforms. I swear that is what's causing most people's budget to just tank. 5 per platform is insane. I prefer to play Holy, but people seem to complain if I roll DPS as that spec. That's why I'm doing Shadow. Isn't Holy a... Holy's not a DPS spec though. Hey, I mean, it's very specifically a healing spec, isn't it? So I can understand why people would complain. Shadow priests are quite powerful these days, aren't they? Holy and Disc are both healer. Yeah. But Disc does DPS while healing. I used it with flowers. Yeah, oh my word, those garden clusters. They're like, oh, we're going to give you garden clusters. It's going to help you with your budget. But we're going to make them super expensive. It's like, this doesn't help me. Give me garden clusters that only cost 2 or 3 budget, please. 5 per cluster. Again, ridiculously high. Feels like I could maybe raid now, but then I'm beginning gear for Shadow instead of Holy, and I don't know, that just feels weird. But you can change your spec, can't you? I mean, your loot spec, can't you? Although, obviously you'd want to gear the spec that you're raiding in as well, because you would need to gear the spec that you're using to raid. But I mean, if you also want to get the gear for Holy, you can do both. If you raid long enough with a guild, you'll start to be able to, you know, get the gear for your off-spec as well anyway. I can see raid decor being 5, but anything from hood vendors should be 1 and 3 at most. Yes, I agree. 100%. I 100% agree. Like, I think it's crazy that those giant statue heads that are like bigger than a whole room, some of them, I mean, those are 5. But a platform is also 5. Like, how does that make any sense at all whatsoever? They need to use 5 for anything that's not bought from neighborhood. Yeah, neighborhood decor, as you say, 3 at the most. That's what I think as well. Honestly, I think 1.
It is all mine.
But 3 at the most.
Take care of them.
And all platforms and beams should be 1. All of them. And floors. And walls.
My treasures.
See, I'm already bored.
Me.
I don't like dungeons. They're boring.
Slash you.
And I didn't like Dragonflight dungeons. That's why I didn't get into Dragonflight Mythic Plus.
All the power.
They're fiddly. They've got all these like, oh, we're gonna make you wait while we watch some roleplay. Now you have to do this extra thing. I don't like dungeons. And I gotta do 5 today because I've been slacking and haven't done this thing. QQ.
Me. Take care of them. But my treasures.
Poor Azurblade. I do not blame her. I should have thought of her before I left.
Only good thing
This
about this
door.
plot rework is I get to make my new
I sense a
fountain.
breach behind.
So
This place apart if you have
there
to.
is something very liberating about
I will
tearing
expose whatever
down and
secrets you
starting
locked
over.
away
I
within
actually did
these
that with my
vaults.
house a few times,
Telash must
just
not
with the
break
rooms I
final
already
seal.
had. And sometimes I regretted it,
Consequences would be dire. Please,
but
hurry.
I'm very much looking forward to the blueprints thing where you can at least keep a backup. I'm being left behind again. And I can't do my jump forward because I'm not a goblin. My character feels so big and long. I'm so much more used to my goblin now. I feel oversized. I mean, Nightborn they are quite tall as far as the races go. And I've been using, like when I haven't been playing my goblin, I've been playing my druid, and because I play my druid in feral form,
What is she
you're shorts
hiding?
there too, at least in combat, because you're a cat. Welcome back, you missed nothing. Nothing but boring dungeon.
Did she send you? Enough! Ice cold!
Ice cold.
Her secrets will be mine!
I like Nightborn, but they feel slow, especially if you play Night Elf. It's because their running animation is elongated. Oh, really? I never really noticed that. But yeah, I do always feel slow.
Ice cold!
I feel that with
secrets will be
Tauren though.
mine.
Tauren feels so slow for me. Like, I can't play a Tauren for long because of that. I get too frustrated. Goblin, everything feels super fast.
We are too late. Oh. Oh no.
My agony is yours!
It's nonsense that I am unable to tame this dragon on my hunter. Like, why not? I want the crystal dragon. Awkward Highmans and druid laughs. Well, that's the thing, is like druids are so cool, but oh yeah, you feel so slow when you're playing one. I mean, Tauren.
My agony is yours!
Actually, druids you also feel slow on. I never realized how the druids mount speed is slower than everyone else because the guild perk doesn't work for your druid mount speed, your travel form. And like, it's fine when you're flying, it doesn't matter, but when you're in a battleground and you're running and everyone else is on a mount, you realize that druids are actually slow, which is very irritating.
My dear one. He knew that wild magic was dangerous.
I don't
but
think
he
I've
meddled
ever
with it
turned in
anyway.
this
By the
particular
time we found
Timewalking
him,
quest
We could
thingy
not
yet.
stop the growth.
I imagine you just have to go to Beldraken, yeah. Okay, 4 more of those. Until you said travel form, I felt like the meme of the woman with all the mass appearing as if she's deep in thought. Yeah, because I mean, what you usually associate with being a druid is speed, right? Like, that's why I've got all my druid alts. Because you're like, druids are so great for doing world quests. Like, I set up all my druid alts for gold collecting, do all the gold quests so quick. But yeah, as I said, until I took a druid into a battleground and realized that actually our travel speed is slower than everyone else's. I didn't realize that druids actually are slow. You make up for it in the fact that you've got an instant cast. So there is a drawback. Which, you know, I don't think it's enough to make anyone not want to play a druid, but it does make me feel a little bit better about my character not being a druid. Okay, what am I here for? Where is this quest? There we go. I love Tauren, but I feel the same way. Unless I'm in some really mobile class like Shaman or Druid where I'm not in Tauren form. I'm feeling very slow on this Nightborn, I gotta tell you. I feel like I'm running through water.
Against chaos. The Isles
A relic of time has passed. It glitters with the shine of all the dragonflights. A solemn reminder of beauty and strength when we come together. What does he have to sell? Another slug. This black bakar, but it's not a big one, so who cares? Cute fire pet. I'm not gonna buy a dragon mount manuscript. They can jump. No decor. I'm glad they haven't added decor to Timewalking yet. I hope they do at some point, but it's too much to collect. Okay, back to my house to try work on, figure out what I want to do. Yeah, the outside of my Alliance house is very modest, but I like it. Just this little overgrown cottage up in the rocks. I do need to do a bit more, like add some lighting and stuff. I basically haven't touched it since since the pre-patch. I think it would be fun if they added the Infinite Bazaar recolor of Devastator's Brazier as a decor that every Timewalking vendor sells. The Infinite Bazaar recolor of Devastator's Brazier. I don't know if I... Yeah, what's that? Do you have... I don't know what to do with this room. I genuinely don't know. They had that model with a more bronze infinite color scheme present in Legion Remix. So this, do you mean this fireplace? Nightborn fireplace. I wish there was a trial on race change I changed my mage from a Nightborn to a Blood Elf, then realized I don't have a Drakthir, and I really love the idea of a mage, but now I have to wait for a sale. I mean, what you need to wait for is remix, and then you can make yourself one of every single race. And I've got every race is covered. Yeah, I don't have a clue what I want to do with this room. Oh no, I mean the brazier model from Dragonflight that has 5 crystals represented the 5 flights around an open flame. That sounds very cool. Yeah, that'd be amazing. Algather Academy. Now this is a dungeon I know and love. What am I supposed to get? Mastery. Bronze is haste. Is mastery blue or green?
We are
New students.
Blue.
How
Okay.
wonderful. It
Looks
has
like
been
we're
quite
starting
some
with
time since the
the
academy
beard.
has been open.
Well, it seems... Indeed. Come with us. It should only take a moment to set up for a new lesson.
These lashers must have grown wild while we were away.
Oops.
Please, if you could,
Ah! I butt
clear them
pulled.
out while we realign the life
Proper
magics of this
hunter over
place.
here. I always love when an instance allows everyone to mount up. Me too. It is my opinion that dungeons and raids are where you should be allowed to show off your ground mounts. They should always allow mounting up. And yeah, that is where you get to show off your ground mounts. Then everyone gets to look at how you've got all these cool ground mounts. And then open world is where you have mounts that you fly. But Blizzard would rather nobody mounts up at all, ever, for any reason. Like, the more they can force you to not even ground mount, the happier they are.
Perfect. We are just about...
Boy, this is a
Wait.
lot nicer than
Ichi
Mythic
strike.
Plus, isn't it?
There is too much life magic. What are you doing?
Me? There is too much nature. What are you doing?
Poor
What is that
warlocks. Why
thing?
warlocks?
This is your fault.
Absolutely
Don't attack me.
not.
Please, help us, new students.
It gets weird when the pallies mount up in small increments. Druids go fast in cat form, etc. And then I'm trying to catch up. Well, yeah, hunters used to be fast, and now I feel like we're slower than everyone else, which really sucks. And I'm always getting pulled forward by priests who do that little let me drag you forward thing, which is always so humiliating, but also funny. Warlocks are slow. Only speed that god kills them. You're right. That's true. I always forget about that, but running a warlock through a dungeon is such a pain for that reason. I imagine there's less chance of getting knocked off the platform. But I'm gonna avoid it anyway. Our tank is offline. Cool.
Look at this Lishrath arena. Oh, wait, what are these
Where are they?
birds doing here?
So weird. I need a shorter cat speed cooldown for hunters. Yeah, I don't know what they did to us. I swear we used to be one of the fastest classes in the game, and now it feels like I have an extra speed buff because I put engineering on my characters. And any hunter that I play seriously, I always make sure that they've got the rocket boots thing. But that sometimes bugs out and kills you, which is always very funny when it happens in a battleground, I can tell you. But even with that, I feel slow. Yeah, and like, Aspect of the cheetah, see, feels like it has the most ridiculous cooldown. I feel like they always want to punish us hunters. I don't know what we did, but it must have been terrible. Hunter and engineer a must? I'm not following. Demon hunters so fast. Yeah, demon hunters, good lord. Evokers can be super fast as well. You get an evoker in a battleground in Warsong Gulch capturing a flag, and these people, they fly across that battleground. Like, does make me wonder if I've chosen the correct class
now we need to
for
clear out the big one.
my
I will
Twin
activate
Peaks
the goals
achievement.
for Lishrath. That is talent toss for you soft skins. Use them to get her attention.
Oh, okay. Apparently I'm not going to. I'm so slow.
At least
Yeah,
we
demon
know that
hunters are
works.
usually quite good at
Watch
catching flags
yourselves.
as well. Yes, I'm afraid we do have to kick this tank. Ah! Maybe we get another one.
The goals are up. Take these. We have the goals working again. Use these.
Vengeance Deantis is the best mode run. Oh yeah? Oh, the tank that joined left again. Cool. The thing is, most of the PvP achievements I think I can get on my hunter. I think the only one where I might struggle is Master of Twin Peaks and... whoops. Wow, I'm back pulling all over the place, being a proper hunter this time. Well, I'm playing terribly, I'm so sorry to this poor dungeon group. Yeah, the only like PvP achievements I'm not confident I can get on my hunter is some of the Master of Twin Peaks achievements. But there's, again, with Cloud9, there's at least one achievement that I know that I can't get on anyone. So I've been kind of gearing a druid with the idea that I'll get some of the Master Twin Peaks achievements on them. And I definitely, I've already been able to get most of the flag capturing achievements with the druid that I wouldn't have been able to get with a hunter. So, but then there's that super fast one. I don't know if a druid is actually fast enough for that one. But it also doesn't really matter since there's no way I can get Cloud9 unless they fix it. But I kind of want to be working on the achievement anyway, just in case they do fix it, because then maybe I can just wrap it up with that one, you know? Well, it would be amazing if it bugged out again and we could just get it the bugged way that people used to get it.
Long ago, members of the Blue Dragon Flight accidentally overloaded
this
an arcane
bookcase.
elemental and
Look at this
created a
bookcase.
powerful
How come
construct
that's
named
not decor I can
Veximus
have?
that quickly started to wreak havoc. The Blue Dragons battled Veximus fiercely, attempting to prevent it from absorbing stray arcane orbs that could allow it to grow further out of control. Veximus began manifesting powerful arcane bombs in order to drive back the dragons. But dragons absorbed the orbs, not Veximus. As the dragons neared victory, Veximus unleashed its full. Though Veximus tried its best to defeat the dragons, it was ultimately destroyed. Well done! Since you did so well on your lesson, feel free to take something from the good student's reward chest.
Oh, we got a Harania tank here. Their druid forms are very weird. So I think I am going to wrap up the stream. It's been long enough now. Very excited to have gotten my PvP achievement today. Finally. Good lord, I've been working on that for so long. But these dungeons aren't particularly interesting, are they? And I've got, like, I just have complete brain death when it comes to what I want to do with my house at the moment. So I'm going to have to think about that for a little while and then come back to it. I am trying to reserve decorating for when I'm on stream. But yeah. Oh no, why did I attack? So I think after this dungeon, that will be the end of the stream. Congrats on that. Thank you. I'm so happy. My husband will be happy. I've been completely absent for like 3 weeks. Playing these PvP games where I need 100 wins. And yeah, I also was doing Warsong Gulch, but I got that one like 2 weeks ago. So it's very good to be done with that. I do still need 100 wins in Twin Peaks, but that one I can take my time with because that's the one where I can't possibly get all the other achievements anytime soon anyway. And the other achievements I'm working on, I don't necessarily need wins for them, so that'll make being in a losing team feel a lot less horrible.
Only those registered may access them. Think about what you have done. Learn from this.
Oops.
Go to the corner. Think about what you have done.
At least my character's gonna level. Yay! That is good for leveling.
Oh dear. It seems the
Okay.
parameters I wove into my out-of-office
Yeah,
spell
I'm gonna
were a
wrap up
bit-
the stream. Thank you very much for joining me today. It was such a nice stream. Had a great time. And I've got a video coming out soonish. Working on another one about decor. But for now, that's me. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you again some other time.